Senator Rubio, you're among the candidates who've said that you would tear it up on day one. But as you know, Iran has already received tens of millions of dollars, tens of billions of dollars in this deal and has quickly reestablished ties economically with Europe. The major concessions, in other words, are up front in this deal. So should you win, by the time you take office, the remaining parts of the deal would be the constraints on Iran. So why blow up those constraints on day one, letting Iran off the hook?
Well, let me first describe Iran, because they're not just a normal nation state, and we have no quarrel with the Iranian people. But the Iranian leader, their supreme leader, is a radical Shia cleric who has an apocalyptic vision of the future. He views himself not simply as the leader of Iran, but as the leader of all Muslims, all Shia Muslims on the planet. And they have a desire not simply to conquer the Middle East and to become dominant power in that region, but ultimately to be able to hold America hostage. That is why they're building right now and developing long-range missiles capable of reaching the United States. And that is why they're going to use those $100 billion to expand their conventional capabilities and to one day buy or build a nuclear weapon. When I am president of the United States, on my first day in office, we are canceling the deal with Iran, and nations will have to make a choice. They can do business with Iran or they can do business with America, and I am very confident they're going to choose America before they choose the Iranian economy.
Governor Kasich, you've said that Marco Rubio is wrong, that Senator Rubio is wrong with tearing it up on day one.
Look, we don't know what's going to happen in 10 months. And if I were president of the United States right now, I'd be lining up our allies to say that if one crossed T or one dotted I does not occur, they violate the agreement, we slap back on sanctions. We can slap on sanctions alone on day one, but it's not going to be anywhere near as effective. But the president needs to be laying the groundwork right now for the ability to slap those sanctions back on worldwide. And I'll tell you what I'm worried about. I'm worried about money. You read about all the companies now that are doing business, about to do business in Iran. And if we don't get this settled now with other countries in the world about sanctions, then Iran could violate that agreement, and we're the only ones putting the sanctions on. We need to move aggressively now. But I would say this to you, Brett. Number one, if they violate it, we need to move against them. And number two, if we find out they're developing a nuclear weapon and we know how to get to it, we're going to go take it out. That is what we have to do. We cannot let things get farther down the road like we did with North Korea.
But Governor Kasich, you know that the most powerful sanctions are the multilateral ones.
That's right.
And these European countries are already reestablishing these ties.
I know, Brad.
They don't want...
But, Brad, here's the problem. You take a look at Belgium. I talked to a diplomat from Belgium. I said, how's it going? He said, we have the military in the streets right now. We never dreamt we'd ever see it. See, I think there is an opportunity to bring the world together. The Turks are being threatened. We know about the French. We know about the Belgians. We know about the Brits. Everybody is under fire and under attack, and we have to stand together as an alliance. So actually, the opportunity is there, because of the threat to all of these countries, to bring all of us together and say there is something more important than money. It is the future in the world and the future of our children and grandchildren. That's the kind of leadership this country needs, and it has not been in effect during the administration of Barack Obama. And that's only the beginning of the failures that they have committed, not only in the Middle East, but all over the world, including Russia and China.
Governor, thank you. Governor Christie, Libya